right, Madam Clerk, please call the roll for the workshop.
Almazan,
Here.
Collins,
Here.
Reese,
Here.
Santiago,
Here.
Wilson.
Here. Mr. Carrigan, can you get that back door for me? Also, let's go ahead and get the approval of the agenda, if you don't mind, Commissioners. The motion to approve the agenda.
So move.
We have a motion by Commissioner Collins. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Santiago. All right, call the roll.
Almazan,
Aye.
Collins,
Aye.
Reese,
Aye.
Santiago,
Aye.
Wilson.
Aye. All right, Madam Clerk, take it away.
Thank you. During the regular meeting, we'll entertain the following presentations. Item 1, 2026 July Business of the Month. Item 2, Colonial Life Overview and Employee Benefits Presentation. Mayor and Commissioners, we are recommending that we delete item number 3 until the next meeting. However, we would like to replace this with an update from Tom O'Donnell.
Who?
Tom O'Donnell with Kimley Horn.
Kimberly Horn.
Yes. Item 4, Families First with Julie Swindle. Item 5, McDonald's presentation from Wiki Wade, owner of McDonald's franchise. We have the following under consent agenda items: the city approval of city meeting minutes. Item 7, authorization to apply and submit to the State of Florida Department of Management Services for the Florida Local Government Cybersecurity Grant Program for year 4. Item 8, approving the revised City of Belle Glade Campground rental agreement, regular and Black Gold Farms, and revised campground rules and regulations, providing for conflict, severability, and effective date. Item 9, approving the State of Florida Department of Transportation State Highway Lighting Maintenance and Compensation Agreement, and authorizing the mayor to execute such agreement, providing for conflicts, severability, and effective date. Item 10, relating to the Belle Glade Municipal Golf Course, providing a rate schedule for all users at the golf course. Item 11, relating to the City of Belle Glade Campground, Torrey Island Campground, providing for rates and fees for use of campground facilities, continuing to authorize the city managers or designee to adjust the rates and fees when reasonably necessary and for other purposes. Item 12, authorizing the waiver of competitive procurement requirements, approving the purchase of a 2021 Reflection Grand Design fifth wheel camper for the use by the city, granting authority for the mayor to execute documents for such purchase, providing for conflicts of ability and effective date. Item 13, approving Kimley Horn and Associate Inc.'s task order number 2026-01 for design phase services for blast pads and related work at the City of Belle Glade State Municipal Airport, providing for execution, providing for conflict, severability, and an effective date. Item 14, approving and ratifying the grant application for Florida Commerce, Florida Rural Infrastructure Fund Program Grant Application for the development of a park, recreation, and tourism infrastructure master plan, approving and ratifying the city manager's execution of the application, directions to the city clerk and for other purposes, providing for conflict, severability, and effective date. Item 15, approving amendment number 1 and change order number 1 to the contract between the City of Belle Glade and Waypoint Contracting, Inc. for the airport maintenance building construction, authorizing the mayor to execute all required documents and for other purposes, providing for execution, providing for conflict, severability, and effective date. Are there any questions? All right, Mayor and Commissioners, for the regular meeting, we do have a comment from the public relating to an agenda item. I'll mention it again during our regular meeting.
This one.
Which one?
It says other, but Mr. Kelly said it was an agenda item.
You need to find out, Madam Clerk.
Yes, sir. All right, under adoption of ordinances, first reading, an ordinance of the City Commission of the City of Belle Glade, Florida, establishing the zoning designation as requested by Jamro Properties Investment LLC.
Okay. All right.
Mayor and Commissioners, this item is going to be pulled from the regular meeting and will be placed on for August, the meeting in August. Item 16 will be deleted from the agenda.
That's 16.
Just 16.
Okay.
Item 17, an ordinance of the City Commission of the City of Belle Glade, Florida, establishing the comprehensive plan, future land use map designation as requested by Jamro Properties Investment LLC for the property located at 401 First Street, Belle Glade, Florida, parcel control number 0437440701003030 as R residential, providing for inclusion in the comprehensive plan, providing for recording, providing for severability, conflicts, and an effective date. And I will repeat the announcements in our regular city meeting.
Thank you. Good job. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you so much. Any comments from my colleagues?
Let me apologize right up front because, as you know, I've been in this just all over the place. And I did get a chance to look at the items completely. Can I get a slight explanation on item number 15?
15?
Yes.
All right, let's see. Okay.
Yeah, Tom.
All right. Hey, Tom, how you doing? Let's see.
Good evening. Tom O'Donnell from Kimley Horn and Associates. I'm the engineer for the airport. Item 15 is the change order?
Yes, change order.
Thank you. So the maintenance building
Yeah.
was bid. You got, there was the base bid, and then there was 8 ad alternates. There was only funding for the base bid and ad alternate 1. However, ad alternate 2 and 3 have surcharge in them to compact the soil, basically to try to compact the muck out there and squeeze out the organics, basically. The contractor asked for a change order in order to just add the soil from those 2 ad alternates into the contract so that they could actually do the work, because if they have to come back later on and add the surcharge later on, it's not going to be possible. They have to do it now. So I'm sorry if does that make sense?
I guess I was wondering why wasn't it in the original bid?
Because we were trying to make sure that there was enough budget to perform the majority of the activities, which base bid is for the actual building itself, and ad alternate 1 is for the parking lot adjacent to it. So this is surcharge for an access road and for a dumpster enclosure. And all those things work together. If they do the surcharge now for the base bid and for the just the parking lot, it's going to be very difficult to do the surcharge later on. So what's important to note is that we have talked to the state of Florida and asked them for additional surplus funding for the airport. It is coming. We've gotten emails saying that the state has worked with the secretary, and there's going to be about $700,000 worth of additional funds coming to the project. It's just that this needs to be added in now just for sequencing of construction.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And so, Madam Clerk, do we have that citizen request? Is it during the workshop or is it during the regular meeting? I want to make sure so we don't violate nothing here.
It's for the regular meeting. I just wanted to see if you wanted to entertain the comment during your workshop.
Okay, and what item do you know?
I'm not sure, could we call?
Okay, so during the break,
Yes.
yeah, so that way we can, if there's a need to pull it for discussion, we don't have a problem with it, but we need to know what it is. So.
Sir.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you, Madam Clerk. We move on. Mr. Matts, anything for the good order for the workshop?
No, sir.
Okay.
I have a comment, Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Yeah. I see we're addressing on item 8, 10, and 11,
8, 10, 11, hold on.
some campground and golfing and stuff. What about the Lomax Pavilion? Are we gonna get a revised coming up sooner or later?
You mean for the increase in rates for the?
Well, we're gonna look at that, not necessarily gonna say we're gonna increase, but we're gonna see where we're at compared to other facilities around our area.
Well, we can always explore it. Yeah.
No, but I'm just seeing where we're at, if we're gonna get some information sooner or later, because I think,
So, Mr. Manager, what Commissioner is indicating that look at the agreement, what we currently have. Maybe you and him can sit down and talk, and he can throw some ideas to you. Would that be good? Then you guys can bring something before us so that we can look at it. Okay.
Yes, so the agreement that we're asking for the change is that, that agreement is a different, we use different agreements when the campers come. So that agreement has not been updated since 2019. So we went in to upgrade those. So yeah, we will all look at all of the agreements, but this one was a priority, so that's why this one is.
no, that's fine, I just don't wanna leave that one, trailing.
With respect to you, there may be some other ideas that he may have, he want to share with you, so he can share with us. Okay.
That's it.
Good. Okay. Thank you. You said now, which, we got 8, 10, and 11.
Well, they were all related to, the campground, all those facilities out there. That's why the only thing was missing really was the pavilion.
Okay.
So that's why I put them, I said the 3 items, but they're all related to the,
Okay.
to that general area.
Okay, not a problem. All right, Ms. Evans, PR, anything for the workshop? Okay. Council, Glenn, anything for us?
No, sir.
Okay. Captain, anything for us?
No, sir.
Good to see you back.
Had to be back.
All right. Fire rescuers, there, I don't see them out there. Any comments for the audience for the workshop, Madam Clerk?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, we'll close out with commissioners' comments. We'll start with Commissioner Amazon. You've been recognized for closing comments for the workshop.
No comments.
Okay. Commissioner Collins, likewise.
Yes, I have one, just to bring to our attention. We have been invited to the Muck City Clean project that's going on Saturday, July the 25th. I received a message from Mr. Walker stating that he was inviting the entire commission board and mayor, and he would love to see us there. They have us down for a quick speech, I guess, to the public, and then if we want to speak to the press and have an opportunity to speak with the NFL players and the news.
Okay, so noted. Okay, Commissioner Santiago, you've been recognized for closing comments.
No comment.
Vice Mayor Reese, you've been recognized.
None, Mayor.
And I don't have any, and just like to thank all of you for coming out to our workshop. Typically where we have the workshop is to have conversation, dialogue, because the Sunshine Law, we can't discuss things as commissioners. And so there may be some things that really have a desire to change or update or get more information, as you heard earlier. And so we normally talk about it. If it's something we don't agree with, we take it off the agenda so that we can come back at the table. It works good for us. We've been doing it for the last 15 years, and we find it to be very effective. And as well, if anybody in the audience during the workshop have a desire to want to put in a comment, come up and speak before us about concerns, matter of the city. Thank you all so much, and this will conclude our workshop. We'll see you at 6:30. God bless you. All right.
Mics are live.
All right. We're gonna go ahead and call this regular meeting to order for Monday, July 20th at 6:30 PM. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Almazan.
Here.
Collins. Here. Reese.
Here?
Santiago. Here. Wilson.
Here, we're so blessed tonight to have with us, as always, our very own Vice Mayor Reese is gonna lead us in the invocation. And if you don't mind, please stand for the invocation, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. We're gonna ask Commissioner Collins to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Invocation, please.
Let us have a moment of silence for the family that we've lost this week, with the father and two children. I was telling the fire chief this, there's a hard thing on this community when we lose children like that. And unfortunately, we've had to face that on a number of occasions for our communities. So we just want to take a moment of silence to remember that family as we prepare to invoke God's presence. Dear Heavenly Father, we come before you this evening to say thank you. Thank you for how you continue to hold this community together and bless us in so many ways. We pray for those families who have lost loved ones this week and the week before, and pray, God, that you bring comfort to each and every one of us. And this community is grieving in the loss of children, and we pray, God, that you will help us through this journey together. Lord, as we come into this meeting tonight, we invoke your presence to be among us, to guide us and lead us in everything that we say and everything that we do. For you know, Lord, we have this community at heart. We want to do that that will bless our community, but most of all, be according to your will. So help us in our efforts to do that, Lord, by guiding our thoughts and our action and the things we do. We ask a blessing upon this staff, that you will continue to hold them and bless them in their efforts to serve this community. Bless this commissioners and bless this time we will spend together. We ask all this in your precious name, and those who love the Lord said, Amen.
Would you please join us in the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, staff, and thank you to the audience before us tonight. Can we get the agenda?
Yes, sir. A couple of changes. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
May we request to delete item 1? This is 2026 Business of the Month and to the next meeting. Delete item 3, which is Take Stock in Children, and replace it with a presentation from Tom O'Donnell with Kimley Horn and Associates. And delete item 16, it's an ordinance relating to the zoning designation as requested by Jam Road Properties Investment LLC until the next commission meeting.
Okay, my colleagues, so we're deleting item 1 on the presentation on Business of the Month. Item 3, Take Stock in Children, we're deleting that item. We're also deleting item 16, which is the first reading of that ordinance, and then
Replacing item 3 with Kimley
and
Horn.
added 3 to Kimley Horn. All right, those are the changes. Do I have approval for the agenda?
So move.
Motion by Commissioner Amazon, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Santiago. Any comments from my colleagues? If not, call the roll.
Aye.
Collins.
Aye.
Reese.
Aye.
Santiago.
Aye.
Wilson.
Aye. Again, welcome to our regular scheduled meeting. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. You're all VIPs in your own respectable place. We do recognize that, and we say thank you again to our staff and to many of you who perhaps this is your first meeting. We have the one and only Mr. Ricky Wade, owner of McDonald's. I'm letting the cat out the house. Y'all give him some love. Yeah. Yes. Family First, where are you? Hey, give them some love. Thank you so much. That's the way we do it in the Glades. I do have a presentation by Benefits. Where are they? Colonia, are they here? Thank you. Let's give them some love as well. Thank you. Okay, so we'll go right into the presentations. Madam Clerk, take us through.
Thank you. Our first presentation will be from Colonial Life Overview and Employee Benefits presentation from Carmen Miller.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you.
and good evening, esteemed Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Commissioners. My name is Carmen Miller. I am the President and CEO of McKinley Financial Services, and today I thank you for the opportunity to speak with you. I'm here to introduce not only McKinley, but also our trusted partner, Colonial Life, as an enhancement to your current benefits program. McKinley has been in operation since 1987, here in the South Florida area, specializing in working with municipalities, nonprofits, and private industries, providing them with personalized service for their employee benefit programs. We also do special events insurance, athletic insurance for programs such as the police athletic leagues, and also some of the community sports programs that happen, martial arts studios and dance schools. Our team is made up of licensed insurance professionals who understand the importance of service, communication, education, and accountability. We take pride in being a trusted resource for our clients. We are proud to serve clients throughout Florida, including the Urban League of Broward County, the City of South Bay, the School Board of Broward County, and also the Palm Beach County government. We are proud to partner with Colonial Life. Colonial has been helping to protect financial and the financial well-being of working Americans since 1939. By offering voluntary benefits that work alongside the employer-sponsored benefit programs. With more than 85 years of experience, Colonial Life is a trusted carrier in 41 states and work with more than 5,000 government entities. They serve more than 3,000 educational organizations. One important example of Colonial Life's long-term commitment is that they continued their relationship with their very first public sector client, which began in 1952. Public employees are often challenged with offering strong benefits while managing tight budgets. Colonial Life helps meet this challenge by offering voluntary benefit solutions that can be provided at no additional cost to the employer. These benefits help employees with deductibles, co-payments, and other out-of-pocket costs that come up during an accident, illness, or an unexpected life event. McKinley and Colonial Life also provide personalized employee education, enrollment support, and technology to make the process easier for both the employer and the employees. A strong benefit package also helps with recruitment and retention. When employees understand the full value of their benefits, it can help improve job satisfaction, build morale, and long-term retention. These benefit solutions help employees protect themselves and their families, while allowing employers to enhance their benefit program without increasing their overall benefit budget. Together, McKinley Insurance Services and Colonial Life provide public sector employees with a strong partnership focused on cost-effective voluntary benefit solutions, employee education, enrollment support, and streamlined administration, stronger recruitment and retention, and meaningful financial protection for employees and their family. Our goal is simple: to make business to make benefits easier to understand, easier to administer, and be valuable to both employees and employers. So I thank you for allowing me this opportunity to present this option, this enhancement for you, to you.
Thank you, Ms. Miller.
Thank you.
Okay, are there any questions from my colleagues? Have you had conversation with our city manager and his staff? yet?
With the staff, yes.
Okay,
I
okay.
have.
Mr. Manager, so any comments you want to add to?
No, she's been working with the deputy city manager pretty closely, so we're working with her.
Okay, okay. To my colleagues, any questions? Okay. Ms. Miller, thank you so much.
Thank you. I have a leave behind for each of you. I'll leave it with the city clerk. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
You too.
Our next presentation is from Mr. Tom O'Donnell with Kimley Horn and Associates.
Good evening. Tom O'Donnell from Kimley Horn Associates. Periodically, I will come visit the commission and go through a brief overview of what is going on at the airport. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to do that. I wanted to start off with our master drainage retention project. This project was completed in January earlier this year. It is located on the western side of the airport. It basically traverses the large green area that is located on the western side of the airport. And the purpose of this project, I'm going to show you some pictures of the progression of the work. The purpose of this project is to create a master retention area for the airport for the purpose of trying to entice people to come to the airport, or developers to the airport, to build at the airport, so that they don't have to spend money on creating drainage infrastructure of their own. They could just tie in to the system that was provided by the city. The main drainage area is located basically on the western side of the park, right next to the fence, which is on the east of the airport fence. This is a pipe that goes across from that retention area and outfalls into the canal that it's located off of Main Street. So once the drainage area gets to capacity, it will overflow into this area and spill into the greater Palm Beach County drainage system. What you're seeing here is the outfall to that structure. So this is actually where the water will dump into the canal. It's hard to tell the difference because in this picture, there's a lot of vegetation growing into the canal. And this is a structure that controls the water, so it holds back water onto the airport. And then once it reaches a certain capacity, then it'll overflow into that area that I was just showing you. And this is another picture from that area. The next project we're going to talk about is the maintenance building, which is actively being constructed right now. There's an agenda item later on in the meeting that talks about this one as well. If you have any questions about that item, I can answer it at the end of this presentation. But these are just photos of the mobilization process. These are some pipes that are going to be going in, connecting to that system that I was just talking to you about. So these pipes will drain the maintenance building parking lot over to the master drainage area. These are stockpiled material. Eventually, in the near future, we're going to surcharge the property to try to consolidate or compact the muck. As you know, muck can't compact, so basically what you're doing is you're squeezing out any organics or water out of the system to try to like level it out and make it as thin as possible so we could build on it, and that'll make sure that the parking lot and the roadway that accesses that area is going to stay in good condition for many years and not crack from settlement. Again, this is a better look at the pipes that we were talking about. This fabric that you're seeing on the right-hand side of the picture is silt fabric to protect, make sure if like when they're digging things up that we're not spreading dirt all over the city. So it's just containing it onto the site. The next project I was going to talk to you about is the obstruction mitigation project. This project is actually to the east of the airport on the sugarcane growers' property. And you can see 3 yellow circles on the bottom of this picture. Those are existing light poles that are too tall and are actually creating obstructions to the flight path for the airport. So when they're departing over to the east, or if they're landing to the west, these poles are too tall. And so we received a grant from the state to lower these poles about 20 feet. And then, when you lower light poles, the light over the whole entire area gets a little bit harder to see in. So we're adding 3 lights to replace it on the top, which are the red dots that you're seeing there. This,
Can I-
yes, sir.
The light poles that you're replacing will be as tall as the ones that I should say, that you're installing.
Yes.
Will be same height as the one that you are replacing?
Yeah, so the 3 that we're replacing will be 20 feet lower, and the red ones will be the same height as those. Yes.
20 feet? Same height?
Yeah, so ultimately it'll be 40 feet. The lights that are out there right now are 60 feet, so we're dropping it down to 40 feet. Both sides will be 40 feet.
Okay.
This is another agenda item. We just received a grant from FDOT to construct blast pads on the airfields. So basically what this is when the planes rev up their engines, the props erode the grass behind the asphalt, and so all that's left behind is rocks, and so that creates what's called FOD, which is foreign object debris. It could get sucked up by an engine and create problems for the pilots. So the state has been asking the city to address this for some time, and they finally gave some money to assist the city. So we're going to be designing these basically like they're rectangles on the end of the runway to protect the soil. We are actively also updating your master plan at the airport for the next 20 years. And as part of that, we're updating the airport layout plan, which is basically a document that gives a roadmap for the engineers to help develop the airport into the future. And then ultimately, all those things culminate in trying to attract more business to the airport and create revenue for the airport and the city. This is another picture associated with the master plan. I'll go through these fairly quickly. This is the airspace around the airport that's part of the master plan that we were just talking about. And then this map orientates all the projects that I just talked about, and forgive me, they're a little bit hard to see, but we'll start on the left-hand side all the way at the top. That's the master retention project all the way at the top of the page. And then if you go straight down from the master retention project, on the bottom left-hand side, that's the maintenance building. And then on the left and the right of the runway, that's the blast pad project. The yellow line that you see around the perimeter, that's supposed to infer the master plan that we're doing. And then across the street to the east, which is the right-hand side of the page, that's the parking lot that we're lowering the light poles in. And that's the end of my presentation. I'm available to answer any questions that you may have.
Oh, I just have one or two. You want to come in? Tom, I got to say, Kim and Horn, you guys really been doing an outstanding job. And so if I can get the approval of my colleagues and permission of the city manager, at your next meeting that when you come, give us an update on the last 5 years of how much
Yes, sir.
funding through our finance department, how much funding you guys really brought to Belle Glade
Yes,
for that
sir.
airport. I think the audience need to know you guys how aggressive you've been.
Yes, sir. Thank
Making
you.
it happen for Belle Glade. I mean, it's really important for them to know that, okay? Mr. Manager, will you be okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and my colleagues, okay? Will y'all be all right with that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. You've been recognized.
Yeah. Thank you for the tremendous work you're doing out there, like our mayor says. I was asked by a resident about a month ago, and I know we're years away, and it's all, dependent on state funding, but if things were to go as projected, how far out are we from like possibly having, opportunity? I'm not gonna say the funding there, but opportunity to build hangars, because that was one of the questions. I told them we're gonna get the field station, and then possibly the fuel station, I think, was probably our next goal. But after that, would you have like a timeline to say maybe 5 years out,
I would say within the next 5 years, we would get funding for designing the hangars. So every year we meet with the state of Florida to go over the capital improvement program that you're Finance Department prepares. We work with them very closely to prepare a 5-year plan for development at the airport, and then we share that with the state and work with them on getting grants to fund those things. And the hangars that you're talking about are on the agenda. So we need to, as a matter of fact, we were just talking about it today with your finance director about setting up a meeting with the state to go over that.
Okay, so it's coming along. I mean,
Yes,
time
sir.
flies by, so, you know.
Yes, sir. That's for sure.
5 years, you know, in a blink and an eye, we'll be there. So, yeah,
Absolutely.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Well,
All
he's
right,
planning on buying a plane, so he just want to make sure.
Hey,
so.
I know where you could get some space
drone,
for that.
maybe.
Drone.
I know, but thank
All
you,
right.
sir. That's all I had.
Thank you, sir. Any additional questions? And thank you, Vice Mayor, for those questions. All right, thank you, sir. Thank you
Thank you.
so
It's a
much.
pleasure. Take care.
Mayor and Commissioners, our next presentation is from Family First, Julie Swindle.
Family first.
Good evening.
Evening.
Thank you, Mayor Wilson, Vice Mayor, and all the commissioners for allowing us to be here to talk about Families First. In fact, in 1990, when we first started as an agency, I was the case manager that served the Belle Glade community, and in 1992 was promoted to CEO and have been serving all of Palm Beach County since 1992.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'd like to also introduce Sari Vital, who is a community member of Belle Glade. And she started as a kin support case manager. Actually, she was with Healthy Families First, a kin support case manager. And we just promoted recently to development associate. So she works with us on all of the development projects of our agency.
Okay.
So the first slide talks about our mission. Families First, through innovative programs, promotes generational change by addressing families' emotional, physical, and social well-being. We just changed this mission a couple years ago in our new strategic planning for the next 3 years. And this speaks to the 7 programs that we have right now, and all 7 programs serves Belle Glade community. So I want to mention first our maternal and infant mental health programmings. This is our 0 to 5. We have 4 different programs. We have our TOPPA program, our Targeted Outreach for Pregnant Women, where we have community members that are looking for pregnant women at risk of HIV. They go to abandoned buildings, they go to soup kitchens, they work after hours, non-traditional hours. They go to the jails looking for pregnant women in need of our services. They do HIV testing, pregnancy testing, and they enroll them into services so that we can ensure their babies are born healthy, free of HIV. We have our Healthy Families program, which is our child abuse prevention program. We work early again. From pregnancy to 3 months of age is when we enroll these families, and we ensure that their children are born healthy and their children maintain a healthy environment. So we work, it's an evidence-based program, and we work in helping families develop parenting skills so their children can be successful and they can be successful as parents. Our Child First program works in trauma. So we end up working to restore and repair relationships between parents and their children. These are families that have severe trauma within their history. Either the child was exposed to trauma and or the parent or both. And so it's really helping them resolve through their trauma and be able to heal. In this particular program, we have a licensed therapist and a case manager that works side by side with these families. Our infant mental health Head Start program, we're out here in the Glades in Head Start. So we serve all the Head Start programs throughout the whole county, working with the children and seeing whether or not they do an assessment, seeing whether or not they need developmental programming or they need behavioral health, mental health services to repair relationships with that child. We also work with the teachers. We do workshops, we work with the parents, and we do assessments in the classroom to determine what needs to happen differently in order for the children to be successful. So this has really grown. We started in 10 of the Palm Beach County schools, and now we're all throughout the Head Start programs throughout the whole county. Next is our behavioral health and community supports. We provide behavioral health services in 7 co-located schools. We also have a DJJ, so we're working with kids that are right now coming out of reentry, the reentry program. These are kids, youth, I should say, 10 and above, that have been incarcerated, and we're working with them so that they won't go back and won't reenter the DJJ system. We're also doing prevention because we want to make sure that these kids that are at risk of going into the DJJ system don't. So we have 2 therapists right now that are working with the DJJ programs. We also are co-located, so we have referrals all the time with providing mental health services through our behavioral health. One of our homegrown programs is Kin Support. I did develop this with a board member several years ago because relatives are more frequently raising children. And so we started the Kin Support project. In fact, we have a therapist or a case manager right now that's stationed in the Glades, or in Belle Glade, providing services to relative caregivers. And these are primarily relatives that have taken on the care of children. We have support groups for them. We have case management. We have a therapist attached to the Kin Support program. We work with legal aid on some of the legal issues for these families. So it's a very good wraparound support for these families. And lastly, Bridges to Success is our permanent supportive housing program. We have 14 units just in Belle Glade alone, serving chronically homeless families, where we make sure that the families get what they need to be self-sufficient within a duration of time whenever they can. Because when we look at chronic, we're looking at mental health, substance abuse, domestic violence. We're looking at families that need a lot of support in order for them to be self-sufficient and out of the system. What I wanted to give you is the number of families that were pleased to serve in the Glades. So presently, actually this is Belle Glade alone, and zip code 33430. We pulled our statistics. We're serving 401 clients, serving 113 households, just alone here in Belle Glade. As you can see, Healthy Families is where most of the families are coming from. And Child First right now is the least number of families that are coming in Belle Glade, but Child First will be increasing over a period of time because we have a team right now that is providing services weekly here in the Glades. Just so you know that all the families we hire for Belle Glade is from Belle Glade. So we believe in giving back to the community, hiring staff from here. In fact, when I started here many years ago, I brought the office here in 1992. We were behind Belle Glade Bank at Belle Glade. That was our first office. Then we moved to Al Avenue, and now we're located in Career Source, which we're very excited about because that way we can look at self-sufficiency for a lot of our families and really create strong partnerships in their programming to help our families be successful. In 2025, these were the outcomes for last year. You can see that in our TOPA program, 100% of these families were free from HIV and were providing services for their unborn child and having healthy deliveries. Our Healthy Families program, 100% of the children were free from abuse and neglect. And we do a 1-year follow-up after they leave services with us, and they're 100% free from child abuse and prevention. And just so you know, too, all of our programs really engage dads. So even if the father is not involved or they're not married or living in the same home, we really believe in making sure that that family, when at all possible, the father could be involved so that we have both mom and dad being an integral part for that child's life. Child First, 96% of our families' services were successful, and they also increased in domain, increased in some of their mental health status, and was able to be relieve some of those symptoms of mental health. And then our infant mental health, we served 40 families just in the mental health status of the children, providing therapeutic services for both the child and parent. But we served far more when it came to parents and teachers and workshops and the client, the interventions we have to do in the classroom. We have to assess each classroom twice yearly. So we touch a lot more lives, and so we're going to be starting to share some of those outcomes in the near future. And behavioral health services, we had 96% of our children reduce their mental health symptoms. 97% were successful in school and at home, meaning that in school, they developed and were able to successfully graduate and go to the next grade level and maintain their school and maintain good grades. And in home, their parent didn't kick them out. They were successful and they stayed in home, and the parents were able to support them on their journey of getting better. So we worked with the family as a whole. In kin support, 100% of our children were not removed and placed in the child welfare system. 99% of the families did receive therapy to work out their trauma for how the kids were taken to them to begin with. And Bridges to Success, 100% of the children or the families maintained their living condition, maintained their housing, and also the majority of the families are increasing their income over time. So that's us in a nutshell. We're really pleased to be part of this community. We value the work we do here in Belle Glade, and we want to be a partnership with community members and stakeholders that can help us continue our mission of keeping families safe.
Well, thank you so much. And any questions? I do have a couple of questions and perhaps a comment. Based on your data, it seems to me that the participant, you have a high rate of being successful, right? Mm-hmm. With a population of 20,000 folks here, and the number of participants you have in your components, is it a low number here or is it a high number? If it's a low number, what can we do to help promote what you guys are doing? Because it seems like everybody that's involved, they are completing the programs. But what we look like on the participation overall for this community?
Yeah, as a community, with all the service providers coming into the Glades, we're not getting as many referrals as we would like. And so what would be helpful is to let the community members know that these services are available, and we can help them get through the appropriate agency that would be able to assess their needs. For instance, we have like Healthy Mothers, Healthy Babies that assess prenatally. We have Home Safe that does postnatally, and then they refer to us when they have a family needing services. If you have a pregnant mom that doesn't know what to do, we're the people to call. Behavioral health, you can make referrals directly to us. So spreading the word would be very, very helpful, because we've always, as agencies, have always said, we've got all these services, but we don't have enough people taking advantage of them.
Wow. All right, before I yield the floor, so obviously all of those components are major concerns for our community. Mm-hmm. And at some point, if it's not taken advantage of, maybe the funds will go elsewhere.
Yes.
Typically, that's what happens, right?
Yeah, in fact, we have some of our Belle Glade staff serving the coast because they don't have as many referrals here as they need, like the healthy families, right?
Yes.
Wow. So, Mr. Manager, I think we need to, I'm going to yield the floor to my colleagues. We need to think outside the box, how we can really, really help promote this agency through their components. Because we talk about it all the time. When we campaigning, mm-hmm. we talk about housing, HIV prevention, behavioral. We just got to do our part to see how we can help you guys market what you want. I think one of the things Vice Mayor Reese indicated before he got on the dais, years ago, we just don't market ourselves enough. And in this case, we're not doing that. We should be doing our part. And so Commissioner, any comments you guys have? And I'm gonna ask, looking at you, do you know each other? So, Commissioner, if it's okay with you, I'd like to give you that task to take that upon yourself to reach out with them and see if you can come up with some ideas through the management team and through the commissioners, how we can really help promote this agency through their components. Even if we have to do some networking ourselves out in the community, because there are a lot of people that are in need, and perhaps they don't know they're available. I mean, thank y'all for the presentation.
Our board already says we're the kept secret
Yeah,
because we don't do good ourselves. You know, we're busy doing the work, but we don't
Yes.
really do a strong marketing campaign
and the
either.
gentleman to my left, he wear many hats on our Vice Mayor Reese. Perhaps you can maybe do gambling and help get it through the churches.
That was going to be one of my recommendations to them, that they do contact Gamma. And again, just get, you can give me the information. I can definitely get you on the agenda for the pastors of our community that receive it. Now, one of the things that really caught my eye when you said you serve homeless families. So how do you get the referrals? You know, how does a homeless family connect with you?
Unfortunately, we get them to the Lewis Center. So it's one of those things where we can only take referrals through the Lewis Center. So what we do is if somebody's homeless, we kind of rope them through the system, either Adopt a Family or the Lord's Place, or get an assessment through the Lewis Center. That's the only way we can take families, unfortunately.
That might be a
That's-
great time.
that's-
Yeah,
That's a problem.
yeah.
That is,
Because,
yeah.
You know, our community really don't have a direct connection with the Lewis Center.
Right.
So.
Not the one up here either, Mary's Place, or
Where?
there's Mary's Place,
No, it's the Lewis Center, right?
Is it?
the one in Pahokee,
Oh, that's Melissa's place.
Melissa's Place, okay.
Melissa's
I was
Place.
thinking Mary's Place, Melissa's Place.
Yes.
Melissa McKinley's place.
Right.
Okay. Well, because again, we run into that all the time. Homeless families who may be homeless or out, and we kind of refer them, but of course, most of the time, Melissa's place is full.
That's right, that's right.
So they don't have no place to go. And until we get that referral, we don't have anywhere to send them. But,
I know there's a grant out that all of us applied for right now with HUD funding. So there's probably going to be new programs coming online. I know elderly was a concern because there's not enough housing for 55 and older that are homeless. So I know that's been an issue. So we will know, and unfortunately, that's not till 28 funding, because fiscal year 27 is already set. But we can let you know as soon as we know the programs that will be available, because I think there's going to be new programs. The president really wants more programs that are looking at some substance abuse, also looking at elderly, and looking at transitional housing, so that we're not keeping people as long as they need to be sometimes, or longer, so that there's room for others. So there'll be some changes you'll see, and there'll be some new projects coming online. They're going to be looking at the grants Wednesday to determine what the recommendations for funding will be.
All right, Commissioner.
can we get a
I'm sorry.
copy of that presentation and, again, the contact information to give to Gamma to get in touch with you?
Yes, I'll leave you with this, and I'll give you my card.
Okay, thank you very much.
So, Mr. Mayor,
Is that for you locally here, or is this just in West Palm?
It's got our main contact that you can because we serve all of the county, but we can leave you with our Belle Glade number because we're housed in Career Source.
Well,
And this is your girl. She's-
That's my preference,
Yes.
because again,
You have your card with you, Sari?
that's my preference.
We'll give you Sari's direct line, and you can call her directly because she's located in the Belle Glade office. She's over in West Palm Beach. She's between the two, but she's from the Glades.
Appreciate it very much.
Absolutely.
If you do get contact with those, I will still.
I'm sorry.
even if you do contact that number though, I can still take it. I work in both offices, so I'll make sure. But I'll leave you my information.
Yeah, because I need to know, if I call this number, I need to know who to talk to.
Yeah, he'd rather
Yes,
call you
yeah, no
directly.
problem.
Give him your cell.
Thank you so very much.
All right, thank you for your
Oh, you
time.
got a couple more comments.
Oh,
Commissioner.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir, Captain.
Can I inject real quick? Do you take direct referrals, like from law enforcement or first responders to your organization?
All the time, they call us to make referrals.
Okay.
And because we're social workers, what we typically do is if we're not the best agency, we'll find somebody who is.
Okay.
So we don't leave people stranded.
Okay, I'd definitely like to network with you in the very near future. I can invite you to our lineups, educate our deputies, because there's at least 2 incidents last week that fit according to what I'm reading in your criteria. So if you, be careful what you wish for if you want, because if you want more referrals, we'll get you more referrals, but hopefully you can accommodate that.
Absolutely, because the worst thing we can do is say, can't take you any longer.
Okay.
But there's lots of agencies coming here, so I want to make sure that, because everybody complains about low numbers. So I just want to do what we can to support the community for sure.
We'll make that happen, and in accordance with what the Vice Mayor said, I'd like some dialogue with somebody who's out here, boots on the ground, so we can start.
So,
Absolutely.
We do have 7 different programs, and all of the 7 programs do have a
Come to the
different.
mic, please.
Sorry. We do have 7 different programs, and all 7 programs do have a different referral process. But what works is, for example, if you send the referrals to me, I make sure that the referrals go to the designated program. And if we do have a occasion where I'm like, okay, we also work with the community resources, this family looks like they'll benefit more from a different program, then I transfer the referral to the designated place, but yes.
In other words, you're gonna get a lot of calls.
Right.
My
I'll
colleague have a
answer.
question, but before she get that, so the problem we have with the Lewis Center, is not to throw wood on the fire, is that the waiting list is so long.
It is.
And so when we ask for somebody other than the PBSO, when they take them down, they make it happen. But if they don't go through them, people are trying to get in, and when you say the Lewis Center is on the East Coast, then most of these homeless people, that's not identification to them. Then they rather not go on the coast because now they're lost, because the shelter is just temporarily. And so now, so they could be replaced back in the community. I really hope that you guys can tweak that language to the county and see how we can work it out that benefit the Glades, not just Belle, Glade, Pokey, and South Bay, because if your list is long, what happens then? They always tell us they're on the waiting list.
And part of what I've been working with them on is a because what happens is they give us the next acuity, and it's always somebody from West Palm Beach. And I've asked that if we have openings, could it be from the Glades?
Right.
And we have like 2 or 3 openings coming up where families are being able to move on and be self-sufficient. So I'll talk to them about that to see if there's a way of making sure it's a resident of Belle Glade or Pokey or South Bay.
Or
in
even
the
if they
Glades
can
it gets
create
in,
something out here as an area. We got the Melissa McKinney place, but it's filled all the time. So we just need to think outside the box, what we could do. There are a lot of people around here, I'm sure the captain can tell you, that are sitting around that are homeless. But when you say going on the East Coast, they kind of like get a little, frightened about that because now they're in the world on their own. They don't want to go that far away. But when you're homeless, you don't have another choice. But at the same time, we want to keep them connected to maybe the environment that they're comfortable with. So let's please engage those conversations with the county. And if you need our help through our management team, by all means, we're willing to do that as well.
Absolutely.
Commissioner Collins.
Yeah, so that brings me back to when I first ran, we talked about youth shelter and homelessness and all of that. And you guys basically verified that that is a barrier. However, I think that where the challenge is and where the people get stuck trying to receive help is between the Lewis Center and making that phone call.
half of the time, they may or may not get through. And then if they're on the waiting list, they're constantly calling back to see where they're at on the waiting list. And then eventually they give up because they get no progress. So I think that maybe coming back to the table to see what could be done differently in that aspect will help move everything else forward, because the block is there. That's where it stops. And before we could move forward to reaching higher numbers, as you stated, and me working in the field, 113 families you said that you're making contact with, and we are a population of almost like 20-something thousand, that's this much of the population.
Yeah,
So we're
401 are
missing-
family members, but 113 households.
Right.
Just
So
in, now,
it's a
not
small-
counting Pahokee or South Bay, it's just
Right.
Belle Glade.
Elevate.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's still a small portion. And we thank you for, reaching out to those. We're not saying that that's not good, but
I
if
know.
we could move forward.
I know,
with
believe me, we would
more.
like to not send our Belle Glade staff to the coast.
Right. And so
Right.
again, that is where a lot of the challenge come in at. And most of the resources that's needed to accommodate most of these families are out on the coast. And then transportation becomes a barrier and all these other factors. So I think coming back to the table, restructuring the way the referral systems are to be rolled out would be plus to meet the needs of those
Yes,
families.
for sure. And one thing I forgot to mention is that we go to the families' homes, which helps with that barrier. So we're still an agency that believes in going to the community and going to the door and being in the family's home. So we'll continue to do that here.
And that's awesome, because sometimes also there are people who really don't want to receive services outside of the home. So coming to the home makes them feel comfortable in their environment. So that's a plus as well.
Yeah, we always come to the home. We go wherever the family wants. So if it's in the park, that's where we meet them, if it's at our office. But 90% of our visits are in the family home.
Okay.
Or in a community center if they want.
And so community-wise, as Mayor has given me this task, if you could leave that information, and at a later date, our team get together to try to come up structuring something.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor?
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Manager?
Mr. Mayor, Julie's she's been real kind. She's here today because I asked her to be here. Because I felt that the commission need to know what Family First does. She didn't also tell you that I'm an advisory board member with Family First. So all that information you need, you guys can just come to me and I can get it from her.
All this time, we didn't even know.
Well, I know Ms. Vitale. I met her. I've done some work with her.
Well, thank you so much.
Mr. Mayor, if I could add as well, I will agree with the manager and vouch for Julie and the program. I've known her for decades, and they have great services. We just got to provide them people, so whether it's Mr. Barry with public relations or Ms. Mary, I don't know how we get the word out to folks, but give her the people. She will take care of them, And like maybe a little editorial comment, property tax reform will kill programs like this. So if you think it's hard to get a homeless person a place now, if that passes in November, it's going to be impossible. That's why I know everybody's got to vote no on that, because that is a bad thing for program. You remember you and I tried to get a homeless resource center out here after the Lewis Center, and it was all about money, and the money is just going to dry up even more. So if we want any hope to improve the lives of the folks in the community, you need no property tax reform.
Oh, thank you for saying that. Okay, well, thank you so much again.
Thank you.
Mr. Payne, you put them in this. And then Glenn just certified, he knew all this. PBS, so thank you guys again for when y'all get those calls, y'all take them right there. And so we just got to tweak it a little bit, okay?
Thank you very much
Let's
for
get
the
them with the kid.
opportunity. Appreciate it.
Y'all can write a check, huh?
Mayor and Commissioners, our next presentation is from Ricky Wade, owner of the McDonald's franchise.
All right.
Well.
McDonald's my type of place.
Hey, good evening, everybody, and to the commissioners, the vice mayor, the mayor. Glenn, we served on the ARCS board together. Captain Dave, the city manager. I just want to thank you all for welcoming and myself and my family to Belle Glade. And, we operate restaurants. That's one little history. We operate 28 restaurants on the eastern side of the state, from Boca to Fort Pierce, and we come west into Wellington. And it has been my long life dream to come further west for many reasons, especially Belle Glade. And, I've served on United Way's board. I've been the chair of the Urban League, being at Palm Beach State Colleges. I'm still their chair there for their foundation board, part of the sheriff's department when their foundation board still is. And I've always said to myself, why, if Belle Glade is a part of Palm Beach County, why is Belle Glade treated differently than different big cities in Palm Beach County? And so it's been a personal task of mine. I think now I'm going to be even closer to the personal task in the sense that doing business in Belle Glade. I have been exploring this mission because we actually bought 5 restaurants from the Nesbits. We bought Belle Glade, Clewiston, Okeechobee, Lake Placid, and Indiantown. And every time I come over here, I meet more and more good people. I want to thank your city manager, Emery Payne, for letting me come to my first rodeo. And believe me, my wife thought, and I want to turn around, my wife thought I was going to be at that rodeo for 10 minutes, and then I was going to be gone. I actually stayed longer than 10 minutes because I was actually enjoying it. But one of the things that resonated with me when I was there is not only how the city folks have welcomed me, and Emery put me through this orientation that I actually met Janet today. She came and met me in Clewiston, and I met some of the folks there from U.S. Sugar. But I saw families hanging out together and having a good time. And I saw families of different makeups. I saw a very, very diverse base. I spoke to Captain Dave, and Captain Dave has not only hosted my phone calls, he came to my restaurant in Belle Glade, met the general manager, met the supervisor, and my team said to me, Ricky, what have you done in Belle Glade? Everybody's really trying to work with us. And I said, that's a city that you all need to get to know, because I have never, ever been received by a city. And I have restaurants in lots of cities the way Belle Glade has welcomed us. And my goal and my vision is to make sure that you all are proud to have us doing business in Belle Glade. I don't only want to take from the community, I want to give back to the community in many respects. And, Mayor Steve challenged me and said, I was wearing a First T-shirt when I came to meet him in the chambers here. And he said, when are we bringing the First T back? And I said, wait a second here. I take care of burgers. I wish I was a golfer, but I'm not. But anyway, but I think that's a good challenge, though, because when you think of the different programs and the different things that we can offer to youth, I think that the First Tee would be a very, very good option, knowing that there's a golf course that's out here. And I don't know who you're pointing at. I got to meet everybody. But listen, I'll get a chance to meet you all over time. But my main pitch today is to say thank you. I can't thank you all enough for the way in which you have welcomed us, and I hope to make you all proud. I was driving with the Commissioner Almazan, and he said to me, he says, Ricky, look around at the different businesses in Belle Glade. Look at their landscaping. Look at the way the physical plan looks. If this same establishment was in Palm Beach Gardens or Wellington, would it look like this? And it was an eye-opener for me, and I said, when I met with this landscaper that I'm retaining to manage the 5 restaurants out here, I told him, I said, listen, you better make sure my landscaping looks good, because the last thing I want is for somebody to be calling me and say, Ricky, your landscaping doesn't look right. But I do think that curb appeal, I think we need to represent the city that we do business in. And, I have met so much good youth, and I've met such good people, and I'm really looking forward to it. And that's all I can say to you all, and whatever I can do. You all have my cell phone number, and if you don't, you just call your great city manager, he has it, or Captain Dave, he has it, and, the commissioners have it. I've not met you, Vice Mayor, but, you told me I look like somebody, so. Let me ask you again.
I was looking at your haircut.
Oh, wow. Well, I made a comment. I don't know if you were here. I said, I hope he's as good looking as me. But I'll ask the ladies in the room that later, okay? And they can take that poll. But anyway, thank you all for your time. I appreciate you all very much and looking forward to working in Belle Glade. Thank
Let's
you.
give him some love, y'all. Thank you. If you guys have not met Mr. Ricky, I mean, man of so much value and resources, you wouldn't even know it. He's such a humble person. You got to get to meet him. The first thing that really struck me when he said he wanted to give back to the community. That means a lot to us. So again, let's give him another hand. Thank you so much. Okay.
All right, moving forward. Mayor and Commissioners, may we have approval of items 6 through 15 with one public comment?
All right, let's get the comment first, and then we can get the approval of the.
Mr. Darrell Kelly.
And that's on item 15? Madam Clerk? That's on item 15?
Item 12.
12.
Yeah,
All right. Read it to the record, please.
Please state your name
Darrell Kelly
and the item you wish to speak upon.
is item 12 on the camper.
Yeah, let her read it to the record. That item 12, so the
Oh, item
ordinance will
12,
know. Yes.
okay. Item 12, authorizing the waiver of competitive procurement requirements, approving the purchase of a 2021 Reflection Grand Design fifth wheel camper for use by the city, granting authority for the mayor to execute documents for such purchase, providing for conflict, severability, and an effective date.
Okay, Ms. Kelly.
Yeah, what the city needs for a camper? That's what I need to know, and the price.
Keep with your comments and then we'll.
Because, I don't think that's wasteful spending for the city owns a camper. Y'all say you're not in a rental. So what are y'all planning on doing with the camper? Because all it just is buying a camper.
Any additional comments? Okay, all right, thank you. If we decide to talk about it, we will, but those you're on the record?
Yeah, I need to know the price because y'all not telling nobody what the price of it is.
Okay.
Because, we spending this foolishly money here and y'all wanting people to vote no, but just about everybody I've been talking about on the property tax are wanting to vote yes because y'all not trying to save us no money and doing nothing for the city. And y'all wanting to go buy a camper just to pad the city manager because the camper belongs to him. So there's something that's not right here.
Okay.
Because everybody I talk to on the streets, they want to vote yes because they want to put the money back in their pockets. Because y'all not saving us none. You're not doing nothing for our city. So whatever y'all want to do to it, I will vote no on that, buying that camper.
Okay.
That's all the comments we have for the agenda item, sir.
All right, so is there a motion to approve item 8?
So move.
All right, motion by Commissioner, Vice Mayor Reese, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Collins. All right, any additional comments from, call the roll?
Amazon.
Aye.
Collins.
Aye.
Reese.
Aye.
Santiago. Aye. Wilson.
Aye.
All right, item 17, reading on second reading. In order to the City Commission of the City of Belle Glade, Florida, establishing the comprehensive plan future land use map designation as requested by Jamro Properties Investment LLC for the property located at 404 First Street, Belle Glade, Florida, parcel control number 0437 440701003030 as R residential, providing for inclusion in the comprehensive plan, providing for recording, providing for severability, conflicts, and an effective date.
What's your pleasure?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Collins. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Santiago. Audience comment?
No, sir.
Commissioner comments? All right, call the roll.
Amazon.
Aye.
Collins.
Aye.
Reese.
Aye.
Santiago.
Aye.
Wilson.
Aye.
And under announcements, our next workshop meeting is scheduled for August 17th, 2026 at 6 p.m., followed by a regular meeting at 6:30 here in City Hall Commission Chambers. That's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Minutes, anything for the good of the order?
No, sir, but I would like to just say that I don't own a camper. I mean, he said the camper belongs to the city manager. I don't own a camper.
Some things not worth entertaining, Mr. Manager, so. All right, council, anything for the good of the order?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay. PBSO, Captain, anything for the good of the order?
Well, I'd just like to comment coming to my first season ending, all the activities throughout the city that since I got here. A lot of hard work, blood, sweat, and tears by your city leaders and assistants to make all the Juneteenth, the 4th of July, and other events
Yes.
throughout the city. I thought was a great success, and I thought everything went over well, besides the fact that I was on vacation, so I didn't attend the 4th of July. But I just want to say it was a pleasure working PBSO in the city to make all these things a success. Appreciate it.
Your staff did a good job. Yeah, thank you, thank you. While we on you guys, still the noise is still an issue, Captain. And maybe this is not the right time, probably need to meet, but we're gonna have to think outside the box, because we getting those calls, we really are. So we got to see what we could do to,
Duly noted. I'm working on it. Staff is working on it. Chain of command is working on it in conjunction with the state attorney's office.
okay,
Have, in the near future, a meeting with the city manager.
okay.
And we're gonna come to a resolution. have
Thank
to
you.
vote on that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, Chief, always good to see you. Welcome.
Same.
Fire Rescue.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you. So I do have the numbers. The main thing that I want to point out is from the time from May to June, the biggest jump that I've seen is in vehicle accidents. So I can't speculate why, but I think some things are working and it's good for us. It's always good news. So in the month of May, we had 24 vehicle accidents. On this past month of June, we only have 4. So whoever's driving out there, I do appreciate the driving safe, slower. It's a good day for us when we don't have to go to a call. So I also want to give you guys some resources. Always the Palm Beach County Fire Rescue has brought up to serve the community and give you guys an example. So recently our drone team, which is great because we actually, PVSO always assists us with the drone. And for those of you that don't understand, sometimes it's for us having the views of a drone, fire direction, where the direction of the fire is going. It can actually help us with our tactics, also trying to locate victims, unfortunately on the water, or car accidents they've been ejected. It's tremendous help. So we have our own team right now, and they actually just got awarded. A team is now a Type 1. Type 1 pretty much is only 2 in the state of Florida right now, and us is one of them. Jacksonville has the second one. The way it determines to be a Type 1 is the way it deploys. So we are self-sufficient deployment. So if there's something major, an event, we can self-deploy right away. And also we can sustain ourselves for up to 72 hours. So if the hurricanes, big emergencies, trying to find the resources, the food, everything, we're self-sustainable for 72 hours. And the example that I wanted to give you guys, on June 9, we had a serious accident on 27. I'm not going to mention names, but because I want to protect the person's privacy. But the lady who was involved in the accident, her dog was in the vehicle with her Fortunately, she was able to let us know that her dog ran into the sugarcane fields. So imagine that. Not only you just went through a severe, type of accident involving a semi, and now you lose your dog. So PVSO showed up with a drone. We showed up with a drone. We tag team trying to find her dog, and you can only imagine how desperate she was. That day we were not able to find the drone. It was really hot, really bright, and the sugarcane was, pretty tall. The second day, the drone team did not want to give up. Neither did she. She was there, sweating herself looking for her dog. So she called our drone team, and they called me and asked me if I would approve for them to come out, and I said absolutely. 30 minutes later, we found the dog. So it was a really good feeling. Yes. I get chills just thinking. I get chills just thinking. Yeah, we find her dog. So it was a very good ending, and it's also a demonstration of what resources can do for the community. So we are going to continue using a drone, and of course we're not going to leave you out, Cap. Don't worry, we'll invite you just like you invite us. So I just wanted to tell you, there's always something good that happens when we purchase, this type of equipment and man this type of people. So I have used it already 3 times for fires, for other things that I don't want to mention, and for this one. So it is something that we have available from fire rescue to the community. So I just wanted to say that.
Did we ever work out with the senior for the smoke detectors?
We did. We are waiting for a grant because remember those smoke detectors, we do apply for a grant. And I did spoke to the community risk reduction. I have not forgotten about the community. We did a blitz before, and we have only a few left. So we're expecting them, and I don't want to put a date on it.
We understand.
But we're expecting them to arrive sometime September, October. Once we have those and we know how many, we are going to put out something for the community again so we can go out there and continue putting the smoke detectors because they do work and they do help prevent. So, yes, I'm on it. I'm not.
Okay, and before you take a seat, this is going to be addressed to both the captain, you, and the city manager. And I'd like for my colleagues to make a couple of comments. So we know we lost a family a couple of days ago. I mean, this whole community has been coming together to show the love and respect for the family. And we don't like to react to things, but it opened our eyes in terms of what we should be doing as a city. These canals that's with our streets, I think commissioners, we really need to look at doing an assessment with guardrails on all these streets that within the city of Glade that we have control of, that's on the And I think my colleague Commissioner Amazon, you led the charge on getting lighting for Gator Boulevard, but we need to look at guardrails for all these small streets. And the legislative coming up, maybe that should be something as a body, we should put number one priority guardrails for these streets in Glade, because just like that happened, it will happen again if we don't at least be proactive about it. And I know it's tough for you guys when you respond to these families, and it's tough on us because we see it, but we're not doing anything about it. And not to beat us up on it, but again, it opened our eyes up on these things. So I want to hear from my colleagues if this is something that they want to take it upon themselves to push, and then we'll give the city manager some direction and his staff about pushing for that. Commissioner Amazon.
Yes, I totally agree with moving forward and giving the city the power. But I also would recommend, the manager the authority to look into it with grants or whatever, but also start reaching out to the Palm Beach MPO. I saw there they had, I attended the last board meeting for Stepped In For You. They had some guardrail for State Road 880, and I don't know to where. So that's another avenue we can maybe start working with them. Like I said, we need to reach out to them because on the pedestrian bridge, they did tell us, Ms. Nelson told me that they are working to get some funding for that extra work that the state is requiring us for that pedestrian bridge on Avenue G. So that's another avenue. So yeah, I totally agree with support y'all or not just, and overall maybe get an assessment around the whole city
That's got to take place.
and see, and look at the critical points in the city where, we know cars, have driven off or, into canals, So, yeah, because we just seen it doesn't have to be a big canal to have fatalities. This was, so we need to look at everything, correct?
Good point. Okay. Commissioner Collins.
I just say I agree, completely agree with all that has been said, because safety is priority, and possibly putting those guardrails up could possibly save a life. We never know.
Commissioner Santiago.
Yes, I would 100% support that. Go where we have to go and talk to who we need to to make that happen here in the Glades.
Vice Mayor.
Well, you have no arguments from me. When I first came on as a city manager, we had an incident outside of Walgreens. Well, an elderly lady did not navigate that coming out of that sidewalk, and her car was on the side of the canal. And PBS, the fire department, had to come out and stabilize the car and get her out. So, and we put some guardrails up there. And I'm pretty sure there are a lot of other areas in our cities that it's definitely needs some type of guardrails around those canals. So, again, you have an argument with me about that.
So the first task, Mr. Manager, and Council, correct me if I'm wrong, we don't need a vote, but we have a consent here, a majority, that we like to give you a charge to, maybe you may have to get a company or somebody to come and do an assessment throughout the whole city, as Commissioner Amazon indicated. The funding mechanism, they're out there, whether it's through the TPA, the county, or the state level. That would be the second task, but the first task is got to get an assessment. You might have to get a firm to come in and get that done. I don't know, Kimberly Horn's gone now. You may want to reach out to them. That might be something they do, since they have a contract with us already. But look into it. We want you to really push that, sir, if that's possible.
Yes,
Okay? All right. All right. Let's move on to public comments.
Yes, sir, we have two. First is from Darrell Kelly, relating to the commission. Mr. Kelly, state your full name for the record, and you do have 3 minutes on the clock.
My name is Darrell Kelly. Assistant Manager, I was not talking about you. Lomax Harrell owned that camper. Last month, y'all came in here and a person excused himself for voting on taking the taxes and the penalties against his property. I was riding around. We took pictures. We had the city of Belle Glade cleaning the property up. I don't know if that's fair or not. If I have a problem there, y'all gonna fine me $500 a day. But a person on the dice can get his lot cleaned up. That's not right. We're paying for it, the taxpayer is. I think it needs to be refunded, because that's not right at all. If you're gonna buy that property, the person that's selling the property should pay the taxes and the fine before it's sold. And plus, our city should not clean it up. And I have pictures of it, of the city vehicles at the property. So y'all need to take that up. But Mr. Manager, I was not talking about you about the camper. Lomax Harrell owns that camper. I do not have no beef against you. But we're paying all this money for these high dollar vehicles for people riding around. Have you noticed our trucks? Our garbage trucks are leaking in my driveway, and my grass next to the driveway is dying. Human waste is getting put in the garbage can, and it's getting mixed with it. And these young kids is walking around, don't know no better, picks up these rocks and know you want to throw it. Next thing it goes in their mouth. Last night, I got another spot in my driveway, but nobody, y'all don't want to ride them around and check them. Our trucks looks bad, they need painting. Looks antique, but yet they're newer vehicle. Y'all don't have nobody to taking care of your trucks. And, you know, this city needs to tighten up on all this stuff y'all doing. You're not spending the money in the right places. That's why we can't get that many businesses coming here, because y'all doing the wrong things. Y'all don't want to work with the citizens. Y'all say you do, you don't. You want to beautify it? Go look at my street. There's a line from my house all the way to the other end. From 14th Street, from that all the way down to the end, there's a line where the garbage is draining.
Mr. Kelly, your 3 minutes are up.
You gonna scold me?
Our next public comment is from Cynthia Webb. Ms. Webb, state your full name for the record, and you have 3 minutes.
Hello, Ms. Will.
Good afternoon.
Hey, good evening.
I wanted to bring a business to Belle Glade. So I want to get some land. I want to bring it in the southwest section. I want to open up a food truck park. I want to try and bring the communities together. Belle Glade, Pahokee, South Bay. Because I had businesses before in Belle Glade, so I know a lot of people, and the majority of the people are buying food trucks. So I want to see if I can get some land in the southwest section to open up a food truck park. And I want to know if I can get some assistance from the city or a grant, or would I have to do it on my own? But either way it go, I want to do that for the community.
Ms. Webb, did you and Mr. Payne talk yet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, Mr. Payne, at some point, you can give us an update with her concern, her request. Ms. Webb, I've been knowing for almost, 40 years.
Yeah, I've been in Belle Glade all my life. I grew up in Belle Glade, and I knew what we used to have in the community. And we don't have nothing for nobody in the community, so I want to bring the community together.
Okay. Work it out with the city manager. He'll give us an update, what he's willing through his team, willing to do or not do. We invite businesses in our community. Some things may be a good taste, some may not. But give them a chance to put something together for us, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Webb.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor and Commissioners, that's all the public comments I have tonight.
Okay, let's move on to closing comments by the Commissioner. Commissioner Amazon, you've been recognized for closing comments.
Yes, I would like to first thank all the first responders for keeping up safe, Palm Beach County Fire Rescue, PBSO, all the citizens that came out today to express themselves, all our city staff, thank you for doing your best. I know sometimes it's not easy, but I know your heart, and you always give your best out here to take care of our citizens. To Mr. Wade and your businesses coming here, you're more than welcome. Hope that's not the only business you bring out here. And also, I'd like to thank 5 Star Seafood. They come here. Welcome to the city. We haven't met those owners, but I'm pretty sure they're wonderful people also. Again, I just want to say thank you. Please drive safely. Put your phones down. I see a lot of that in town. You know, it's always better to take a little extra time and get there than, drive fast, because anything can happen. So again, please stay safe out there.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Collins, you've been recognized.
I just want to say thank you for everyone for coming out tonight so that I don't miss anyone. I want to thank all of our business partners, all of my colleagues, all of our departments within the city, and each and every one of you for coming out tonight sharing. I only have 2 brief things that I would like to share. Again, as I stated in the workshop, we have been invited to this Muck City cleanup project, which will be held Saturday, July the 25th, from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m.
They're requesting all of the commissioner and mayors and our team to come out. And also would like to welcome you to a women in leadership group that I'm hosting every third Wednesday of the month. Our next one will be August the 19th, and it's held at the Belle Glade Hub from 7 to 8 sharp, and dinner will be served. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Santiago, you've been recognized for closing comments.
Thank you for coming out, Families First, and Mr. Wade. It's great meeting you, and we're happy to have you here. I also want to recognize this amazing community that we have, it's been very heartwarming to see them all come out together and support this family with their loss of their children and their husband. Their community has raised a lot of money to help this family. It has personally affected me because I know the family, I'm with the family. But Belle Glade is amazing, and that's what community is all about. So I'm proud to be from here, and everyone has helped a lot. Thank you, everyone, for tonight.
Thank you, Commissioner. If anything additional we need to know, please let us, okay? All right, Vice Mayor Reese.
Well, again, we want to thank everyone for coming out to this meeting this evening. This is the first opportunity I have to just thank our staff for all the hard work that they did in the month of June and for the 4th of July. As Mr. Wade indicated, there was a lot of hard work that took place on the 4th, and our staff was there working long hours, and we really appreciate all that you do. So we just want to say thank you, staff, for all the hard work, and thank you to the community that's come out to support us, to PBSO. We thank you too as well. I came from a meeting in Birmingham, Alabama, and they were talking about the relationships between the city and the police department. And I could hold my head up high and beat my chest because we have such a great relationship, and we appreciate that, and we look forward to continue to working together for this community. And again, thank you to our new city manager. He called me this morning to want to make sure that I was ready for the meeting. Unfortunately, I was having some difficulties trying to pull up the agenda, not any fault of anyone else, except that I was in Birmingham, Alabama, came back 4 a.m. Sunday morning and had to preach at 10 a.m. So you can imagine I didn't get very much sleep, so I had to make up for it this morning. So again, but we do thank you for all the support you give, and we look forward to just working together in this community. And thank to all of you. And again, I'm looking forward to hearing your ideas of what businesses you want to get started, because that's one of the subjects that we discussed in the conference. And I'm going to take some time out with the city manager and share some of those things, because there was a lot of things that we can do as a city to help people who wants to start businesses. And we're going to discuss that, and hopefully might be able to bring it to this community. So again, thank you so very much, and y'all have a good evening.
Again, thank you so much to my colleagues, Commissioner Amazon, Commissioner Collins, Commissioner Santiago, and Vice Mayor Reese, to the city manager and your staff. Like my colleagues say, we have an excellent staff. I mean, excellent. They work hard. I could tell you, we can compare them to anybody in this state with a limited staff. They get the job done. Family first, we're looking for the relationship we can help market you guys what you're doing. Sway, such a humble person, thank you for wanting to be a part of this community. Cindy, we look forward to your opportunity to explore some opportunities in this community. You know, it's all about people working together. You know, that's important for a small community, working together, and we're willing to do that. Common sense to work together. So thank you all for taking time. I didn't get your name. You're representing, did you want to introduce yourself? I'm sorry. Yeah, under my comments,
Actually, I'm retired Sergeant Hamilton. I came here in 2005.
okay.
Actually, and I stood before this podium, and I spoke because Sheriff Bradshaw sent me out here for community policing. And so I started the first T program out here.
Okay.
I was the originator because we got a grant from the U.S. Attorney's Office, Southern Region.
Okay.
So Attorney James Swain offered the grant. I completed the grant. My whole team with Deputy Moreland, Natasha Mitchell,
Yes.
Brookins,
Yeah, I know
that
that.
was my team in community policing.
Okay.
So we worked Okeechobee Center, From Village, and the surrounding areas of community policing.
Okay.
Started the Putting Kids First program out here.
Okay.
We did a press conference with Commissioners Jess Santa Maria, Nova Southeastern University, because it was a capstone that had taken place for the program. So I'm proud to come back here, and as I was speaking to the Vice Mayor, that we worked together with Captain Barnes out here
Captain Barnes.
when Sheriff Bradshaw sent me and Captain Barnes out here. I've also worked with your manager, city manager now. So we go back a long ways because I also trained at the sheriff's office. I was one of the first trainers there. And so I come back because there's a lot of things we want to do. And I want to introduce Diane Margolin. You want to come up for a second? Talking about making a difference in Belle Glade, you know, I started in 2005 because I came here, rolled my sleeves up, and we got a lot of stuff done.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
And so we're here to do that again.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, hello, everyone, and thank you for inviting us, and thank you for noticing us.
Yes. Yes.
What we want to bring to your city, counties, to your people mostly, is an opportunity to unite with us, because we all know unity brings opportunity.
Yes.
And what this program was just talking about, housing, saving victims from any kind of abuse, from domestic abuse to child abuse to immigration abuse to abuse of power, every kind of abuse we see. What is familiar? It hurts people.
Yes.
And hurt people hurt people. Our number one priority is to bring safety to communities like this. And once we bring that safety in, our second priority is to bring the opportunity. Give us the opportunity to heal them, but not live on the government's time. Give us an opportunity to not only house them, but reprogram every person. And what I mean by reprogram, give them the keys to their life back. Give them the resources that they need, that they don't get because lack of knowledge, not being privileged enough to be somewhere where they should be, not knowing the right people. And unfortunately, in some communities, not even being educated enough to know who to call or who to write or who to email.
Hi.
And what we specialize in is basically bringing that person or that family. Abuse also comes to families of natural disasters, which are also, unfortunately, abuse victims. And we will be able to house them. We're working with contractors. We're building in Atlantic City now. We're working with very big people that want to make a difference, because abuse, there's no room for it in our beautiful country.
All right, thank you. You guys can reach out to Captain Payne, Manager
We
Payne.
actually have
Yes.
some paperwork.
Okay.
We have a presentation, and we'd like to leave it to you.
Yeah, you can give it to the staff.
Okay.
Certainly.
All right, so that's going to conclude our meeting, you guys. Thank you all, Captain Payne, Manager Payne,
Thank you for
Captain. I got to get used to that. Chief, thank you all so much. Thank you all for taking time out and being patient with us. This meeting is adjourned.